rush down your Grandview emergency vehicles on the town just past Paseo. Wrecker is on the scene. That should be cleared here pretty quickly. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome into The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Chiefs football.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
And your home for Royals baseball.
Fastball hit high in the air, deep left field, way gone into the bleachers. A two-run homer for Bobby Witt Jr.
Watch The Drive by subscribing on our YouTube channel or listen on demand with the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This show is always going to stand on principles. Dippin' Dots are incredible. Red Lobster is the best restaurant that America has to offer, and baked beans are trash.
You're listening to Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan. Here's C-Dot.
We got real NFL news to talk about and break down. Welcome into the show. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day. We got a marathon show today of an hour and a half. That's certainly enough to do what we need to do on today's show. My name is Carrington Harrison. Happy to be here. Rob is here. I can always tell if Kansas has a basketball game this evening solely based off what Rob decided to wear to work. Now, this is a road game. It's on the road at Arizona State. This is a game that I expect Kansas to win, but Rob is decked out today. I don't know if Rob has plans to go to the other place. Maybe he plans on going to Talk of the Town. Maybe he's going to Jefferson's afterward today, but Rob is Jayhawk down today as his team has an important road game at Arizona State. They actually need to win this game for some Big 12 tournament seeding purposes. We got a lot to get into in today's show. Rob, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about what I think the top story is in sports today. So at 3 o'clock, it was the deadline to place the franchise tag on a free agent. There are a handful of players who did not receive the tag today. Let's talk about them. Before we get there, let me just tell you one player that did end up getting the franchise tag in Breece Hall. I don't think there's a reason for us to have another conversation about Breece Hall. He is not coming to Kansas City. He is not going to New Orleans. He is not going to Denver. He is not going to Seattle. He is going to play next season for the New York Jets. Now, a handful of players who did not receive the tag, so that means they are now going to be free agents. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker, Colts wide receiver Alec Pierce, Chargers defensive end Odafe Owe, Jacksonville running back Travis Etienne, Tyler Lindenbaum, who played center for the Baltimore Ravens, and Trey Hendrickson, the defensive end for the Cincinnati Bengals. So it is going to be a very busy day one of free agency in the National Football League. Let's focus in on Kenneth Walker because I would say there continues to be more and more smoke that I believe day one of free agency, the Chiefs are going to identify who RB1 is for them. You remember, it wasn't that long ago, Brett Veach met with the media, and he said that he wants this team to be more explosive in the run game.
Certainly we want to get more explosive in the running game. We've invested in that interior, and Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey, two of the best in the league, and we thought Kingsley made a big step. Those are three talented interior players. So I think, and we've talked about it, and Coach has done an amazing job with his staff cranking on that scheme eval, but I think being more explosive in the running game and really taking advantage of those interior three to kind of impose your will on an opposing team's defense. But the running game takes a lot of pressure off everybody. So I think if we can be more explosive and more effective in the running game, I think obviously we take a lot of pressure off Pat, especially coming back early in the season with the injury.
So that was Brett Veach as he met with the media at the Combine and talk about this team. I fully believe that day one of free agency, I think the Chiefs are going to take their swing at running back. So this is from Albert Breer of NFL Network. Quote, Kenneth Walker will probably wind up getting somewhere between $12 and $16 million a season from a team like either Seattle, Denver, or Kansas City. I think we can say pretty definitively that Denver is also going to be in the running back market. They drafted R.J. Harvey, but they certainly could use a RB1. They thought that could potentially be J.K. Dobbins last year. J.K. Dobbins did what he does best, which is play really well for the first half of the season, then get hurt and miss the second half of the season. He has basically done that his entire career in the National Football League. Kenneth Walker, to me, is such a very interesting case study. Kenneth Walker is a very, very good running back. But I do think that he is going to get paid like he is a great running back, despite not really showing that he is a great running back, but quite simply being hot at the absolute right time. Did you know that Kenneth Walker, his career high for rush yards is 1,050? He has never scored double-digit touchdowns in a season. He's never had more than 300 yards receiving in a season. Now, that's not to say that I'm anti going to get Kenneth Walker, but what is the price going to look like for a player like him? How much is he worth? And are you going to have to pay the tax because the best games of Kenneth Walker's career happened at the end of the season and helped Seattle get over the hump to win a Super Bowl? So, Rob, let's have this conversation. Because if we are going off what Albert Breer had to say, and no reason not to trust his reporting, he's one of the more sourced reporters in the National Football League. If Kenneth Walker gets the kind of contract that he's talking about, somewhere between $12 and $16 million, then that means that is somewhere between him being the third highest or sixth highest paid running back in the National Football League. I don't believe that Kenneth Walker is on the same level as Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor or what prime Alvin Kamara is. I think he is a good running back, though. I'm really conflicted on what to do with Kenneth Walker because in some ways I think he fits what Kansas City wants to do. And I do think now you can say pretty clearly he is going to be the top running back on the market. But I also think that he is just going to get overpaid based off what we saw him do in the final month of the season. I would also add, if you go get Kenneth Walker, you cannot believe that you were done at running back. If you look at Seattle and how they built their team, yes, they got Kenneth Walker. They also spent an additional second-round pick to go get Zach Charbonnet, a guy who just last season with Seattle got 180 carries. So that was a team last year that was very committed to running the football. Kenneth Walker got 220. Zach Charbonnet got 180 carries. They ran the football a lot last year. I don't know if you can go into this thinking, well, we just got Kenneth Walker and that's it. If you go get Kenneth Walker, I don't think that makes you disqualified now from spending a third-round pick on a running back or a fourth or a fifth-round pick on the running back. You are still very much in the market if that's what you go do. Now, you also would be that same way if you go get Travis Etienne. I still think you need to go get an additional running back. But the Kenneth Walker market, I think, is going to be very interesting because I understand it. You're next up. That means you need to get paid. But if I tell you that the three highest paid running backs in the NFL are Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and Kenneth Walker, that is just going to hit my ear funny because I don't think he's close to those first two guys.
This is going to shock no one who listens to the show. Pass on that contract for running back. I also don't know how well Kenneth Walker fits in Kansas City. Do you know what Kenneth Walker's weakness is with the running back, Carrington? He's not a great pass catcher. I don't know that I'm spending $14, $15 million on a guy who can't catch the football in Andy Reid's offense. Now, will Andy Reid's offense be different than last year? Will it be less RPO? I don't know the answer to those things. But I know whether it's Philadelphia in 2001, Kansas City in 2021, when Andy Reid wants in a running back is someone who can catch the football. And that's Kenneth Walker's weakness. If I recall from the Super Bowl, one of the reasons they had the two-man game is that Charbonnet was better out of the backfield. So if I'm paying $14, $15 million for running back, that's automatically a no from me. And now I'm doing it for a guy that I don't know fits what Andy Reid wants in a running back. I will let Seattle, I will let Denver, I will let Team X run up the bidding on Kenneth Walker, and I will lie in wait to take a value play on a different player on day one of the draft, the free agency, excuse me.
But I'm also not really sure because we all know, supply and demand. If you got three or four teams, and that's what I'm seeing from Albert Breer. I mean, Seattle is also now in the market for a running back. Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL, so you would have to go get somebody to replace him. You also were going to lose Kenneth Walker. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that Kenneth Walker just goes back to Seattle. They didn't put the franchise tag on him, but he wants to stay on a very good organization, a very good football team, and try to run it back and go for another championship. We're also talking about a guy who is still very young. He's 25 years old and will be 26 in October. So we're talking about a guy who, in theory, is hitting the prime of his career. I see a lot of people on the text line kind of bringing up some injury concerns with him. That doesn't concern me nearly as much as it seems to be on the text line. This past year, he played in 17 games. In 2014, he played in 11 games. And in 2023, he played in 15 games. he's been mostly durable. Now, he hasn't been a guy that gives you 17 games all year, but, I mean, if you build your team correctly and you go get a true one and a true number two, you can certainly make it if you get 15 regular season games from Kenneth Walker this year. So he's not a significant injury risk or injury concern with me. My biggest concern with Kenneth Walker would be I don't think he is a great pass catcher. At least that's not how he was used in Seattle. He was not used as a guy that really got a lot of catches, got a lot of targets. He is also not a great pass blocker. That is a big reason why Charbonnet was also there. He's also just never really had super high volume and kind of shown that he is that true number one, not in the same vein of these guys that are getting paid at the top. I mean, these other guys, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, James Cook, these guys have shown you they can be pretty true and consistent number one backs in the league. I'm not really sure if that's what Kenneth Walker is, but again, supply and demand. There's two running backs, I would say, at the top of this market now. Kenneth Walker is one, Travis Etienne is one, and then if I think you go down to that next tier, that's where you get Tyler Algier, that's where you get Kenneth Gainwell, that's where Rico Dowdle is. But the two crown jewels of the running back class are Kenneth Walker and Travis Etienne. I think if you were going off of who is the better fit, I think Etienne is likely the better fit in Kansas City just because he has better hands than Kenneth Walker does.
I also think, I agree with that first and foremost. I also think to your point about that second tier, I don't think it's a mistake for Kansas City to not attack the, quote, crown jewels of the free agent market. Like, it's okay to get for a Madden analogy, you don't have to pay a premium price to get a 91 at every position. You can pay under market value or market value and get an 88 and still be good. Like, if Etienne and Kenneth Walker's number is going to keep rising, which I think it will with a bidding war, then the Chiefs should lie in wait. That doesn't mean wait 5, 6, 7 days or do nothing. That means talk to Tyler Algier, because while the Broncos and Seahawks are battling it out for those two guys, you can be smartly handling someone else. I would like the Chiefs to be out of the Etienne and Kenneth Walker business based on pricing you're hearing, but I definitely want them out of the Kenneth Walker game.
Yeah, I'm maybe not as opposed to it. Like, I'm guessing. If I just had to guess, I think that Kenneth Walker is signing on day one of free agency, and he's probably signing somewhere close to what Jonathan Taylor got. Jonathan Taylor got a 3-year, $42 million deal and got $26 million guaranteed.
I think he's signing for more than that. Because if I'm Kenneth Walker's agent, Breece Hall just set the basement. Breece Hall's franchise tag is $14.29 million. I'm taking less than Breece Hall when I'm the Super Bowl MVP and I got a bidding war in the open market? I think Breece Hall is part of this equation. He just set the basement. Kenneth Walker's not taking the Jonathan Taylor deal because that would mean he's not even taking what Breece Hall is getting. So now I think he's going to get 15, 16 a year, which, and you know how I feel about running back, is a hard pass for me.
Yeah, so then if that's the case, then do you think he's getting 3, 4, 48? Is that probably the market? Because I'm looking at it right now. I mean,
but funny moneyed up, but yeah, it's probably about right.
Because there really isn't that, I would say, there really isn't that market that has been set yet at running back. Like, if you're, like, I'm looking at the contracts right now. There is a $14 million. That's where Jonathan Taylor is. You're telling me that's too little for him. All right, cool. Derrick Henry, who makes $15 million a year, but just signed a shorter deal because he is an older player. He signed a 2-year, $30 million deal and got $26 million of it guaranteed. So a very different contract that Kenneth Walker at 25 is going to sign than what Derrick Henry signed with the Baltimore Ravens. And then there's a gap between Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, where the Eagles pretty clearly wanted to make Saquon Barkley the highest paid running back in the National Football League, redid his deal after winning the Super Bowl, and now he's number one on the list. If you're talking about $16, $17 million, somewhere in that range, so we're talking 3 for 51 for Kenneth Walker, that's probably a price that I would walk away from if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs. But I do believe this report from Albert Breer. I mean, that deal is coming from one of those three teams. Denver is either going to pony up, and it makes sense for them. They got a quarterback on a rookie contract, so they can load up in a way that Kansas City maybe can't potentially load up on. Kansas City, who just sees this as them taking their big swing and is perfectly fine doing this because this is basically a wide receiver 3 contract. We would not have this opinion if they were talking about Juwan Jennings. Like, if they signed Juwan Jennings to 3 for 51, you would celebrate that move. If they see Kenneth Walker as a bigger help to them than going to pick up Juwan Jennings, hey, this is a guy that we trust to get 200 touches a year. We'll throw it to him a little bit out of the backfield. We're going to now try to build up Rashard Smith. Maybe we take a mid-round swing. You could certainly see that being their logic, and this is why that's the big-time move that they're going to do. But I would say Seattle, Denver, and Kansas City, those are 3 teams that all make sense to go get Kenneth Walker. And if you got 3 legitimate good organizations that are all bidding for you, that's going to drive the price up a little bit, and you're also going to pay the MVP tax for what he just did in the Super Bowl a couple of weeks ago.
And I don't want the Chiefs paying any of those numbers. If there's one thing this
I don't think the ETN's coming in that much lower than he is.
I don't think so either. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm operating in tier 2. I think there is a lot of good running backs in the market. You just got to trust your pro scouting department to find them. I've been using Kenneth Gainwell as the name, but there are a lot of players of that ilk. Rico Dowdle is one. There's I think Aaron Jones about to get cut. I don't think he's a perfect player, but he's a player that I think you could add and get value out of. Like, there is a secondary.
I kind of think the moment is past for him.
It's possible. I'm saying there's a secondary and third market with running back that usually it's, hey, there's top 2 guys and then, oh boy. This year, there actually is a second and third wave of guys. So if you don't want to spend the 3 for 14 a year for 3 years at running back, just using that number because it's a franchise tag, then I'm cool giving Tyler Algier 3 for 22. That's a win for me if I'm the Chiefs.
We'll get back to this coming up in a bit. We don't have a whole lot of time. We can go through the running back market in tiers. I think there's clearly 2 running backs in tier 1, and I think there's a group of guys in tier 2. We can go through that coming up in a bit. Rob, let's talk about this since we got another, 3-4 minutes before we got a break anyway. Do you like the Big 12 court?
Yes. I like the court. I don't like the way they announced it. They made it seem like some major announcement was coming, and it's just a court. But I think it's cool, and I think it'll be really cool in person. Like, you and I know a bunch of media members who were there yesterday, and it was getting rave reviews from everyone. So I think it is cool, especially if you are watching games live at the T-Mobile Center for the women's tournament this week or the men's tournament next week.
Yeah, I like the court. I think it's cool. I do like that the Big 12 is pretty inventive when it comes to this. I also think if this works out, if this is something that we give a pretty rave review here coming up in a week, this is the future of basketball courts. You know what kind of advertising you can do if it's a LED screen, whether it's in-game, whether it's during halftime, and you can now flash things on the screen and it's like a billboard. If this ends up working out and this is a positive and the reviews are coming back, hey, that was really cool, I like what the Big 12 did, there's a lot of possibilities for the future of basketball courts if they are able to make this work and it ends up really being cool and something that the public really responds to. Now, I think we also know how the internet works and computer works. Someone's going to hack that thing at some point. Now, you know that, and I know that. They got a big computer screen. Oh, somebody is about to hack that bad boy immediately. I don't know what that looks like, but we all know that is about to happen at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen during this Big 12 tournament. I don't know enough about the technology, but if now we're going to say that every basketball court in the NBA or high major college basketball is going to be a computer, oh, somebody's hacking that computer. That is just how this works.
You say that, but there's a ton of LED screens already in sports and they don't get hacked. Ribbon bands at T-Mobile Center. We'll just stick with T-Mobile Center. There's a ribbon band at T-Mobile Center. That's LED lighting. It doesn't get hacked every weekend. I can't imagine the Big 12 didn't prepare for this contingency plan of be ready for hackers. They have to have some sort of McAfee firewall built in already, right?
I don't know, man. These hackers, they hacking a lot of things. They probably just ain't really put that small potatoes to us. The little ribbon banner, we're not worried about that. We got an 80-foot billboard right here that we can terrorize you with. Oh, absolutely. They're about to start completely messing with the court. All right, coming up on the other side, we'll reset things. We'll get back to NFL free agency. So now we know Breece Hall off the board. He has been placed under the franchise tag. You are not trading. No, Breece Hall is out of the conversation. There are 2 premier running backs that are available. Kenneth Walker and Travis Etienne. We'll go through those two options. We'll also talk about that second tier of option. You guys will find this hard to believe. Rob now doesn't want to spend any money at running back and wants the Chiefs to do it for the cheap. We'll go through the possible options doing it for the cheap. That's next. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Stall in Olathe, 35 northbound just past Santa Fe. Right lane blocked there. Downtown, that's a stall. 670 eastbound past Paseo. Scoot to the left through here. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brenton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan. We're excited to launch Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dana & Parks. This is about Kansas City, not about soccer. Telling the story of how our town ended up hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, plus video clips on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
Subscribe to Beyond the Pitch KC on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random plus one.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey guys, guys, it's Carrington Harrison from The Drive here, and I want to invite you out to the first ever Drive Pop-A-Shot tournament on Wednesday, March 18th at Draftcade up in the Northland. All you need to do is listen into the show to qualify on Monday, March 9th, and also on Tuesday, March 10th, and you could be taking home the title of Kansas City's Pop-A-Shot champion. Rob and I are going to be broadcasting from Draftcade starting at 2 o'clock, and the tournament gets going at 6:30. The Drive's first ever Pop-A-Shot tournament, Wednesday, March 18th. Your home for Kansas City sports, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
If you're looking for more NFL draft coverage, go subscribe and follow the Character Concerns podcast with Bink and Chris on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Congratulations on getting through your 9 to 5. Thank you so much for listening. It is The Drive. You were listening to The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, 96.5thefan.com, and also the Odyssey app. My name is Carrington Harrison. Excited, thrilled, delighted to be here with you on this gloomy Tuesday as you are driving home. To those of you that have a kid, son, daughter, nephew, niece, I know the basketball playoffs are beginning on the Missouri side, on the Kansas side. Every year I try to convince Rob to go to a game. He doesn't want to go. He went one time with me. I had to bribe him to go. Rob, you remember when your wife just sat there and read a book while we watched a high school basketball game? She literally brought a book to the gym, read a book, didn't talk to either of us until it was time to go. It was a great time.
You thought she was going to get fired up to watch Tate Nagy play basketball?
He was hooping, though.
He was hooping.
He was hooping.
I had no idea the Blue West versus Blue Eye was a rivalry either. Those kids were heated.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a lot of fun.
And she had fun reading her book.
Yes, she did. All right. So there's two things I want to talk about before we shout out Baker University. The first thing is, let's go through the list of guys who didn't get franchise tagged. Because basically, other than Breece Hall and Daniel Jones, these are the guys who we weren't sure if they were going to get franchise tagged or not. So Kenneth Walker is now a free agent. Alec Pierce is now a free agent. Somebody is going to give Alec Pierce a lot of money next week. Odafe Oweh, who is the Chargers defensive end. Travis Etienne is now officially a free agent. The Ravens center, doesn't matter to you guys at all. Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Somebody's going to pay Trey Hendrickson a lot of money. So in 8 days, we're going to have a lot to talk about. That first day of free agency, that first day of legal tampering, there's going to be news coming in hot and heavy. These are some big-time names that are now hitting the open market, and we're going to see some big contracts that are handed out over the next week or so. So we were just talking about this before the commercial break, so I'm happy to resume this conversation. I think there were 3 tier 1 running backs. Breece Hall is now off the board. There are 2 running backs. Now, I see some people on the text line, and I understand it, but I'm here telling you, you are not getting Travis Etienne for the cheap. Not when there's only 1 running back that people really love in the draft, and that guy might go in the top 5 or top 10 in Jeremiah Love, and there's only 1 other high-end free agency running back. I also think Travis Etienne is probably a little bit better running back than I think people are giving credit, but he played for Jacksonville, so I understand how people kind of missed it. I mean, he's played in the league for 3 years. Or 4 years. 3 of those years he's had 1,000 yards. He also can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's had a year where he's had 300 yards receiving. He's had another season in which he had almost 500 yards, 476. Kenneth Walker has never had a season in which he has had 300 or more yards receiving. So he actually is a decent pass catcher. This year he had 6 receiving touchdowns. He's a good player. I think Travis Etienne is maybe a little bit better running back than people acknowledge. So there's 2 high-end backs. Both of those guys are getting paid. Now, one of the reasons we are talking about this is Albert Breer said that Seattle, Kansas City, and Denver, he believes are all going to be in the market to go get Kenneth Walker. They have been linked to Travis Etienne or Kenneth Walker. Now, we also heard a couple of weeks ago, I don't need to play it again for you guys, but the general manager of the Chiefs, Brett Veach, said that they want an explosive running back. I would say that there are 3 possibilities of explosive running backs. Jeremiah Love is explosive. Travis Etienne is explosive. And also Kenneth Walker, I would classify as an explosive running back as well. I will add this about Kenneth Walker before we go through this list, Rob. I would say that Kenneth Walker, he would be the most physical player that they have on their offense. Like, I think the perception around Kansas City's offense is that they're not physical. Not really what Travis Kelce is at this stage in his career. He certainly was when he was a younger player, but at this point, he's a zone merchant. He's the find the open spot in the zone, get his yards, get down. He's not really the, I'm about to put my shoulder down and run through you. And you don't need to be at 37 years old. You had your time in being that. That time has passed. Certainly not how people feel about Rashee Rice. Certainly not how people feel about Xavier Worthy. And right now, they don't have another running back on their under contract other than Brashard Smith. That is what people seem Kareem Hunt to be, but he's just not an explosive home run kind of back. Those are 2 guys that you feel can hit home runs. So I think they're worth talking about. So back to the main point. There's 2 guys that are, I would say, at the top of the market. I know you don't want to spend for running back. There's some things you're willing to pay for. Like, you'll pay for extra chicken at Chipotle. You'll pay for some. You don't have any interest in giving running backs any money. So when you're talking about tier 1 guys and we think the market could be between $12 and $16 million, you heard $16 million and you are out. You have no interest in paying these guys.
I actually think 12 is going to be is not correct. I think the floor is going to be 14.
Because that's what Breece Hall got?
That's what Breece Hall's got. I think, remember how last year we were like, screaming, do not put the tag on Trey Smith because it sets a floor. And I remember we had Joel Corey on the show, and he said it's not only, Trey Smith's agent who's excited about setting a floor, it's every other guard agent in the NFL. I think Breece Hall set the floor. I think the number is going to be like 14 to 16 for those 2 guys. So, yeah, I'm not spending 14 to 16 on running back. I'm just not. I don't think anyone should be doing that, by the way.
Yeah, and this is just, and I understand positional value differences. There's more wide receivers than there are more running backs. Do you know that, let's say that the Chiefs signed Kenneth Walker to a deal, and let's say they gave him $14 million a year. You would be mad if they gave him $14 million. Do you want to know where that would classify if you were a wide receiver? If they paid him $14 million, and you were saying right now you have absolutely no interest in them paying him $14 million, if they paid him $14 million a year, that would make him the 4th highest paid running back in the league with Jonathan Taylor. And you're saying 14.1 because of the franchise tag. All right, cool. So let's say it's $14.5 million. He'd be the 4th highest paid running back in the league. If he got $14.5 million at wide receiver, he'd be the 29th highest paid wide receiver right behind Cooper Kupp. And think about our perception of Cooper Kupp. He'd make less money than Jerry Jeudy, less money than Deebo Samuel, less money than Jacoby Myers. Like, it just goes to show you how crazy the wide receiver market is to where we are with running back. So the amount of money that we're talking about really is not breaking the bank. It's honestly not really breaking the bank. They pay their center this amount of money. They play their right guard this amount of money. They paid their right tackle this amount of money. Now when it comes to running back, it's like, oh, no, how can you do this? This is way too much money for a guy that's going to touch the ball 250 times for them. I don't have the problem that you seem to have with the money, but I get it. So those are tier 1 guys you're not interested in. So I'm reading this story off CBS Sports. They have tier 2 running backs as Rico Dowdle, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyler Algier, Rachaad White, who is from the Kansas City area, and Brian Robinson. Now, I'm not super interested in Brian Robertson. I mean, these guys are they're fine. They're fine running backs. I will say, if you go get one of these guys, you didn't sign an explosive running back. You told me you need explosion in the run game. I like Kenneth Gainwell. He is not what I would classify as an explosive runner. Rachaad White is not what I would classify as an explosive runner. And if you go get Rachaad White, I pray they don't think that they're done at running back. He's a fine running back option to get. But if that's the case, then they tell me that they're more interested in getting 2 1Bs or 2 2s than they're interested in finding a 1. Jeremiah Love is a 1. We might disagree whether or not you would take him at 9, but he's a 1. Travis Etienne has proven that he's a 1. Kenneth Walker has proven that he's a 1. If you're going to get Rachaad White, you did not go get a 1 in my mind.
I see. This is where, and I thought we were on the same page with running back until the numbers started coming out, and now I feel like
I don't mind these.
We've drifted away from the same
I don't
side
mind
again.
these numbers at running back like you seem to mind them.
But you know why? Because I have always said it's a two-prong approach to running back this offseason. I was never Breece Hall used to be the name. I was never the pay the Breece Hall premium guy, and boom, you got your running back 1. I've never been the Jeremiah Love at 9 guy, boom, running back 1. I have been the, hey, you can draft a good one in the 3rd, and you can sign, and I keep using Kenneth Gainwell as the name, but I'm not married to that name. You can sign Tyler Algier. You can sign Rico Dowdle. You can sign, I know Javonte Williams isn't on the market this year, but a guy like Javonte Williams was on the market last year.
Why are you against a 26-year-old running back? Because most of these guys that you're talking about, a reason why they are tier 2 guys is they are 28 years old or about to be 28 years old,
and you pair him with
or
a
they've
third-round
just
running back.
been fine.
You pair that guy with a 3rd-round, 21-year-old running back, and you have plus the 22-year-old you have on the roster now, who in theory can play running back in the league, and that's a fine room. Is it the best room in the NFL? No. It doesn't need to be,
It's
though.
also an upgrade over what you had last year, which was a terrible room.
Me and you are an upgrade over what they had last year.
Colleges had better rooms than them. Kansas had a better room. Missouri certainly had a better running back room than the Chiefs had last year. That's not even up for debate. Missouri had a better running back room than the Chiefs had last year. So out of these tier 2 guys, Rico Dowdle, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyler Algier, Rashad White, Brian Robinson, and also Vidal, who was the Chargers backup last year. If I told you take your pick on one of those guys, CBS Sports project those guys to be somewhere between $3 to $8 million, which I hope you're fine with giving a guy $3 to $8 million. What are we doing now? You really hate running backs. You don't want to pay him $3 to $8 million. I mean, paying him $3 to $8 million is like having DeAndre Swift or Tony Pollard or Najee Harris. You can't hate running backs that bad.
All guys who were light years better than anyone the Chiefs had last year, by the way.
I don't have a problem with them getting Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier was a good running back, and they just had an opportunity to take a generational running back, so they ended up taking him.
I would take Algier, and again, I will keep saying this. It's Algier plus a pick. That pick's not Jeremiah Love, but if you took Emmett Johnson, because I think he's a name from Nebraska.
I like that.
If you had Emmett Johnson and Tyler Algier, yes, you're probably not the top 10 running back room in the NFL, but you're not
explosive at all, though. Tyler Algier is not explosive at all. You know what Tyler Algier is? Tyler Algier is a younger version of what the Chiefs had with Kareem Hunt last year.
No, he's the best version of Isaiah Pacheco. That's what he is. He's 2022 Isaiah Pacheco.
I don't even know if he's that. I'm looking now at these yards per carry. I mean, 2 years ago, it was 3.7. This past year, it was 3.6. He is a short yardage goal line hammer for them. Also talking about not catching the ball out of the backfield. They don't throw it to him at all. Now they have Bijan Robinson. Why in the hell would we throw the ball to our backup running back? He had 96 yards receiving this past year. He had 88 yards receiving. They didn't throw it to him at all last year in Atlanta. He doesn't seem to be they're telling me they want explosive, big play. That's just not really what Tyler Algier is. He's solid. But I guess in a car analogy, when they use explosive, I didn't think they were going out to get a Toyota Camry. Nothing wrong with a Toyota Camry. Nice, dependable vehicle. But if I tell you, man, I really need something flashy, and I pull up in a Toyota Camry, you're going to look at me a little funny. Hold on, you told me you wanted something flashy. He used the term explosive. You cannot use the term explosive and then tell me Tyler Algier. That's not what he is as a back. That's fine to me if that is your number 2 option. If they go get Travis Etienne and they go get Tyler Algier, that's fine. Or you take a bigger swing. But having Tyler Algier and a 5th-round pick at running back, yeah, you're better than you were last year because the bar is so clear. That's still the 17th best running back room in the league.
Let me ask you this. I'll put a name to it. Let's say they take Jordan Price from Notre Dame. I know everyone's in love. If they take Jordan Price, I'll put him in the 2nd round because he's considered by a lot of people the 2nd best running back in the draft. So let's say he's the 2nd round. They take him at pick 40. They sign Algier and they have Rashard Smith. Is that an explosive room? Because I would tell you, for your car analogy, yes, I told you I'm gonna get something flashy. Did I pull up in a Ferrari? No. But did I pull up in something that you would be like, oh, that's a little sporty? I would say yes.
You didn't even get a Range Rover.
I think you're just discounting the idea
that Kia Sportage.
You're discounting the idea they can find an explosive guy in the draft. You're falling for the same trap the text line does, which is if it's not Jeremiah Love, he's bad. There's probably a half dozen explosive running backs in the draft this year, and you just got to find the one.
Are you interested in this tier 3? They have them as injured committee guys. J.K. Dobbins, Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, this is your price range, $2 to $4 million. This is what you love to spend at the position. You love this at running back.
If they get ETN and one of those guys, it's not a bad room, but I would hate that spending multiple times running back.
If they bring Isaiah Pacheco back, they should start moving right now to Kansas. Just move immediately. Isaiah Pacheco does not need to be back in a Chiefs uniform. I appreciate everything that he's done. It's over. I don't have any problems if they're bringing back Kareem Hunt as a 1 yard, short yardage. He's going to get 50 carries next year. I have no problem. I don't know what the value is for Isaiah Pacheco on the Kansas City Chiefs in 2026. Please do not bring Isaiah Pacheco back. I'm telling you right now. I'm cool with them having reunions with guys. I don't want an Isaiah Pacheco reunion, not in any capacity. All right, let's do this, Rob. Let's shout out Baker University. Let's also talk about the Los Angeles Rams because their general manager said some things that I think will pique your interest.
Your workday is over.
Oh, yeah.
You're headed home, and now you're stuck in traffic. Time to get caught up on the biggest stories in Kansas City and around the country with CDOT and Rob. It's time for the hits. Number 1.
Catch yourself the hits brought to you by Baker University. Make your next era orange at Baker University, the first university in Kansas, and ranked number 1 in return on investment among private universities in the state. Baker University, forever in our orange era.
Somebody said J.K. Dobbins is awesome when he's healthy. Don't hate on that dude. J.K. Dobbins hasn't played in November in 6 years. Yeah, he's great when he's healthy in September and October.
You can't be making fun of that. You were preaching a J.K. Dobbins gospel last year around this time.
Yeah, because they could have got him for $1 million last year. They were giving him away. He ain't gonna make
more than $1 million. It ain't like he's making 10 this year. They're giving him away again.
I'm telling you this right now. J.K. Dobbins, who played in half the season, had more yards rushing last year than Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco. He had 772 yards and 5 touchdowns, or 5 yards of carrying 4 touchdowns last year. Isaiah Pacheco stopped, or J.K. Dobbins stopped. The moment your Christmas tree came up, J.K. Dobbins was done playing and still outrushed Isaiah Pacheco by 150 yards. So, yeah, they'd have been in a better spot if they had picked up the deal with J.K. Dobbins last year. I don't want to talk about that, though. What I do want to talk to you guys about is Les Snead. So Les Snead, he is the general manager for the Los Angeles Rams. And listen to this. You guys will find this interesting. So Les Snead says that they are willing to trade a first-round pick for a proven veteran player because they want to maximize the window that they have with Matthew Stafford. Now, let me ask you, Chiefs Kingdom, 913-586-7965. Do you have a proven player that you'd be open to trading a first-round pick for? So this is the tweet from their version of Nate Taylor, their version of Jesse Newell. He writes for The Athletic. Les Snead sounds like a GM ready to be aggressive to maximize Matthew Stafford's window. The Rams are open to trading a first-round pick for a proven player. Secondary is a big focus. Quote from Les Snead, is there an all-pro secondary player that you can add? Another point from him, trade talks are intense at this time of year, and they're having them. I'm not reporting this. I am just going to put 2 and 2 together based off these 3 bullet points. The Chiefs and the Rams have had a conversation about Trent McDuffie because why would you not have a conversation? If you're Kansas City, you have to be open to all possibilities. Now, talking to them doesn't mean that you are going to trade Trent McDuffie, but that's your job as a general manager to make some phone calls, call and see what the market is worth. If the Rams are communicating to the rest of the league, we have 2 first-round picks. One of these is up for grabs to try to help us win a Super Bowl right now with Matthew Stafford, and we need secondary help. You are a fool if you are Brett Veach and you don't pick up the phone and you don't have some conversations about what they are willing to pay for Trent McDuffie. We have talked about this. There are only 2 teams that make sense to me for a first-round pick. It's either Dallas or the Rams. The Rams just make a lot more sense. The Rams, I think there is more of a sense of urgency because of how old their quarterback is, and also Trent McDuffie is from there.
And I believe I saw, speaking of Jesse Newell, I believe it was Jesse Newell put this out on Twitter today. I believe the Rams secondary coach was the one that recruited Trent McDuffie to Washington. So there are connections. Let me ask you this, though, because the Rams hold 2 first-round picks. I forget how they got the second one.
They traded for James Pierce. They had the pick, and then Atlanta traded back up for him. So that would be one of their picks. So I'm guessing they are keeping the Atlanta pick.
And they're if you're Brett Veach, you beat me to this, and they're offering you the worst of the 2 first-round picks. Are you taking that for Trent McDuffie?
Yeah, I'm not trading the 13th overall pick for Trent McDuffie.
Yeah.
Would you trade the 13th overall pick for Trent McDuffie?
Absolutely not.
And if I'm doing that, if I'm the Rams, you're not getting anything else.
No,
you're not getting anything else from me. We gave you the 13th overall pick. I'm not giving up the 13th overall pick. Like, if I'm the Rams, I'm keeping that pick. So the Rams have 13 and 29. They have 29 because they finished in the conference championship. We're keeping 13, and yeah, we'll have a conversation with you about the 29th overall pick. I don't know if you were getting a much better offer than that because Dallas has 12 and 20. Is Dallas ready to give a top 20 pick to go get Trent McDuffie? I'm going to guess no. To me, the Rams just make a lot more sense to me. California kid, very healthy. They need immediate help at corner, and you can make a deal, and we know that they're aggressive trading picks, and we'll figure it out later. Trent McDuffie would make a lot of sense for the Rams.
I'll tell you this. I actually don't think Dallas is very viable because Dallas has like comical low cap space, and we all know that trading for Trent McDuffie probably
they also got to pay George Pickens.
Yeah, you got to pay George Pickens. You just paid Dak. Like you paid CeeDee Lamb. Like that's an expensive group. If I'm Brett Veach and Les Snead calls me and he says, I got 29, you give me Trent McDuffie. This is me as someone who's been an advocate for paying Trent McDuffie. I would take 29 for McDuffie in a heartbeat. I don't think 13's ever happening. And I don't know that the Rams have the assets in the second round that can, you can kind of funny money it so on the pick chart it looks like a 1.
What if they say 29. They're not willing to do that and they're willing to do this? What if the Rams tell you right now we're ready to give you 61 and 167? That's their second round pick and their 5th round pick. We're willing to give you a 2 and a 5 right now. We'll get it done. We're keeping our first round picks.
That didn't come out as a 1 on the draft.
Not
chart,
even close to a 1 on the draft.
So yeah, no. I would say no.
But then, this is the thing. If I'm the Rams, this is the thing I would call Kansas City's bluff. Who are you getting a 1 from then? So if the Rams say right now we are not willing to give the Kansas City Chiefs our first round pick, what other team do you think? Because right now you and I think there's only 2 teams that's even possible. It's Dallas or the Rams. So if the Rams say no, are you now going to the Cowboys and trying to get that first round pick? There's none of these other teams that make sense to me for a first round pick.
The other side is not another team at the bargaining table. It's just keeping Trent McDuffie. Hey, if you don't want to give me the first round pick, I'll just keep the all-pro corner. We're good. Like, it's not the exact same. Remember yesterday there was a report from Adam Schefter, and he was on McAfee saying that the Eagles and Raiders need to have a deal they just can't say no to or they're going to keep Max Crosby and A.J. Brown. That's how I'm operating if I'm Brett Veach. You give me a deal I can't say no to, and Trent McDuffie's yours. But if it's not what I want, I'll just keep the great football player. Like, there's no harm in keeping the good player on the roster.
Let me ask you this. Have the Chiefs shown that they really want to keep Trent McDuffie? Because they had a chance last season to show us how badly they wanted to keep Trent McDuffie. And they chose Nick Bolton and they chose Trey Smith over him when you very easily could have paid the corner. We could have been out of this conversation. He was an all-pro. He had finished his first 3 years. You had just come off going to the Super Bowl. You could have ended this conversation and we'd not be here, and they chose not to do it with him. Nothing has changed with Trent McDuffie. He is still one of the top corners in the league, and the market has been set at corner now for 9 months. So I'm asking the question. I'm not disagreeing that they could still re-keep him. I'm saying is they showed at almost every turn we want to keep Creed Humphrey. They showed at almost every single. They franchise tagged Trey Smith and was quick to work out a deal with him. Have they shown they really want to keep Trent McDuffie?
No. Not specifically, but when was the last time a good player, not think of a good player that Brett Veach drafted, when was the last time he let that guy walk? I mean, I guess Snead, who you're the one who told me, and I think the NFL's telling me now, his body is broken.
His knees were terrible.
Outside of Snead, who's the last good player Brett Veach drafted and he said, I'm going to let him walk or I'm going to trade him? Because he re-signed Karlaftis, who he drafted. He re-signed Trey Smith, who he drafted. He re-signed Creed Humphrey, who he drafted. Like, he has been first-team All-American. I'm keeping my guys. So Trent McDuffie's the best player he's drafted. So you're right. He hasn't shown an interest in that player specifically, but he also always keeps his guys. It's one of the things he does.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. And a lot of people are saying, what about the third? I would be floored if the Rams traded the 13th overall pick, I'm not even having a conversation with Kansas City if it includes giving him a top 15 pick for a player that they're not sure about they want to pay or not. I'm not having that conversation with Kansas City. 29 is a completely different conversation. Bottom of the first round, we still got our first round pick. Yeah, 13 would be a non-starter for me if I'm the Los Angeles Rams. Be a non-starter. Because I'm also guessing with the 29th overall pick, they can get a pretty good player. Maybe they don't get Trent McDuffy with the 29th overall pick. If the Rams are really shopping the 29th overall pick, they will get a good player in exchange for him.
I also think, and maybe I'm just reading too much into Les Snead's words, he's sort of trying to maximize the window. The 13th pick of the draft is a good player that helps you maximize the Matt Stafford window. Like, at 13, you might be able to get Caleb Downs. That really helps maximize the window.
100%. Yeah, like at 13, you were getting a day one starter at 13. Like, you're getting Mekhi Lemon. You're right, Caleb Downs could fall. Like, you're getting a lot of really good things at 13. Like, you kind of fell into the 13th overall pick. Sure, you traded a future one, but there's a chance Atlanta could have won their division. That 13th overall pick very easily could have been 21. If you're the Rams, you got a top 15 pick. I'm not trading that for a proven player. I'll trade our normal first-round pick, but yeah, 13 would be a non-starter for me. We'll keep this NFL conversation coming up. Let's also talk a little college basketball. Both Kansas and Missouri are on the road. Important road games for both sides. We'll talk about it. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Missouri, get ready. Circus Sports is giving you the chance to win owner Derek Stevens' wallet. From February 3rd to March 15th, you can take home your share of $250,000 in cash. Simply wager $100 and earn one share, wager $1,000 to earn two shares, wager $5,000 for a third share. Bet on anything from pro sports to college, straight bets to futures. Don't miss your chance to cash in and take home your share of Derek's wallet. Visit circusports.com for details. Must be 21 and older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
That pallet of pavers collecting dust, the beginnings of a garden, those stray fence posts. Are you haunted by half-finished projects on your land? John Deere is here to say, not anymore. Our compact tractors allow you to swap implements easily, and they're backed by the nation's largest dealer network. You always had the right idea, and with the right tools, those projects can get finished for good. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/compact tractors.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. With credit card balances at an all-time high and Golden Oak's 4.5% rate, you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call. Call today and get your cash in as little as 14 days and make no payments for 2 months. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Tonight, expect patchy fog with a high chance of light rain and a low of 42.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Visit AnthonyPHC.com today.
Don't wait until extreme temps hit. Anthony makes home comfort easy. Right now, buy a new AC and get a furnace free when you book at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Stall in Olathe, 35 northbound just past Santa Fe. Right lane blocked there. Downtown, that's a stall. 670 eastbound past Paseo. Scoot to the left through here. I'm Bow with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back to the Drive with CDOT on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
We got a big night of local college basketball. Kansas State plays today. I don't know who K-State plays today. Who they got, Rob?
West Virginia, baby.
I did know that, actually. I did know that. Kansas plays today. They go on the road to play Arizona State. Kansas is a 5.5-point favorite on the road against Arizona State. I'm trying to find Missouri's odds and where they are. Rob, do you think Missouri is favorites or underdogs in their matchup? I'm pulling it up right now.
They have to be a favorite. Oklahoma's not very good.
Okay.
Oklahoma might be worse than Mississippi State. Mississippi State's bad.
Oklahoma's favored in the game.
What?
Oklahoma's a 1.5-point favorite in the game.
This is back-to-back times where I just don't understand what FanDuel is seeing that I'm not.
Now, I will say this about Missouri. And I know, this game worries me. You know what I don't want Missouri to feel? I don't want Missouri to think, oh, well, we're in the NCAA tournament. We won one of the games on the road. It doesn't matter if we win this game or lose this game because it doesn't really have any effect on our seeding. And then they come out and they lay an absolute egg. I've seen Missouri do that a bunch. Missouri has a chance to get the double bye in the SEC tournament. Missouri has a chance to finish third in the SEC if they win these next two games. They go on the road to play Oklahoma, who is not a good basketball team. Oklahoma's terrible, people. They're 15-14. They're 12th in the SEC. Now, I mean, they won a couple games. You know, they beat Auburn at home. They beat LSU. You know, they beat Georgia. I mean, they're all right.
Everyone's beating Auburn recently. Auburn's food right now.
For sure. They can score a little bit. But, I mean, you got to figure out a way to win this game if you're the Missouri Tigers, especially with what you have at stake. I think there's a chance that Missouri could play themselves up to a 6 or a 7 if they continue to play the way that they have been playing.
A 6? I'm not trying to hate. They cannot get to a 6. There's just no way. They can get to a 7. A 6? Let me see what the latest bracketology is, because I'm betting if we name the 6 seeds in bracketology right now, they all have
if they finish third in the SEC
resumes.
And they make a little bit of run of a tournament, I don't think the 6. Now the 6 is, I mean, pie in the sky,
dream.
Best case scenario.
I don't think.
I would say right now that Missouri is probably somewhere realistically between a 7 and a 10 seed in the NCAA tournament.
I would agree with that. I'm just
looking at right now in the SEC. There's only 2 teams I think are clearly better than Missouri right today. I think Florida's clearly better than them. I think Alabama's clearly better than them. Outside of that, you cannot tell me that at a neutral site, Missouri cannot beat any of the rest of these teams. They could beat Arkansas, they could beat Tennessee, they could beat Kentucky, they could beat Vanderbilt, they could beat any of these teams on a neutral site, which is what starts next week.
They also are all mostly mediocre teams.
They also could lose to any of those teams, too. So let's not confuse ourselves there. So, all right, 6 seed, a little bit pie in the sky. 7 seed is not outside the realm of possibility.
Here are the 6 seeds in field of 68, just to give you an idea. It's BYU, who I think is better than Missouri, has a better resume than Missouri, definitely has a better resume than Missouri. St. John's, similar resume, but I think their non-con is light years better. Wisconsin, better resume. Kentucky's the interesting one, but field of 68 has Kentucky as a 6 seed. They have Missouri as a 9, by the way, just for the sake of the conversation.
I don't think Kentucky's better than Missouri this year.
I think their resume right now is better, though, because they played real teams in the non-con. I think they're in, but they're going to get punished in the seed line because they played Bethune-Cookman and Kentucky played Ohio State.
Nightly they played those teams.
Kentucky played other tournament teams in the non-con. They didn't win all the games, but I know Kentucky had that UCLA-Ohio State round-robin thing they do. That would have been the best team on Missouri's schedule by a wide margin
no
in the
question
non-con.
there. How are you feeling about Kansas going into this game?
They should absolutely win, which
we now got to ask these questions. I used to didn't have to ask these questions about Kansas. They would just go on the road, do what they're supposed to do, come back home, pummel Kansas State, and head into the Big 12 tournament with a little bit of confidence. This is on the road, though. Arizona State's not a good basketball team. Arizona State's bad.
They're the Oklahoma of the Big 12.
Arizona State is a bad basketball team. They are 15-14. They're 6-10 in Big 12 play. Now, I know the Big 12 is tough, top heavy. This is not a good basketball team, but they did beat Texas Tech at home on February 17th, 72-67. So you can't completely write them off. I'm not going to completely write them off as a team that has no chance of winning this game today. They did beat Texas Tech 2 weeks ago at the Crib.
They kind of remind me of Baylor, where if KU was in Waco tonight, you would have a little bit of worry because they're not a bad team. They're not like K-State or Utah or one of these, or Mississippi State, one of these teams that's absolute dog water, but they're not. They should be a game you win. It's probably one that you chew on your fingernails longer than you'd like, but I think KU does get it done tonight.
How many minutes you think Darren Peterson plays tonight? Because that's always the real question. How many minutes you got DP with tonight?
20.
Quick back-to-back. They just played on Saturday, too. Quick back-to-back. Arizona.
Over 24
Time
and a half.
schedule all off.
They didn't come back, though. They stayed in Arizona. Over 24
Oh, it's
and a
even
half.
worse. He's ready to come home.
Over 24 and a half.
Okay. He has played 30 minutes these last 3 games after the Oklahoma State game. He only played 18. He played 32, 30, and 31. So the numbers are high. You got him scoring 20 points tonight?
Better. I will say this. I love Darren Peterson. I think Darren Peterson is a key cog for KU to make a run. He has the times where he's really shined are against low-level competition where he just throttles them.
BYU, he played really well that first half.
But like the Oklahoma State game.
Then he was like, I'm good. I'm done.
The Oklahoma State game, that first half, throttled him. Looked great. He looked great against Green Bay. He had a great half against West Virginia.
They have Jordan Love playing?
I mean, Gottlieb's got that team spicy. That's
Gottlieb's got them spicy. Let me look. I'm trying to find Darren Peterson's over-under for the game. What do you think they have him at?
18.5. That's what it's been consistently sitting at the last couple weeks.
About right.
I know that because I've been donating to FanDuel on the 18.5.
Oh, for sure. I always feel like one play for Kansas is you got to pick between Flory, Melvin, and Trey White, who's going to score 15 points because you always get pretty decent odds at one of those guys at 15 or more. Like Melvin Council is at 15, Trey White's at plus. Yeah, I think you got to always kind of take one of these guys to score 15. One of those guys always ends up playing well.
The problem is, I agree with you, chasing it in a gambling sense is always what backfires.
For sure. If I had to tell you one of these guys scores 20 today, who would you bet on? Because you can get Flory at 3-1, Melvin Council at plus 350, Trey White at plus 500 to score 20 points. I'm going to guess one of those guys scores 20 points today.
I would bet Flory because he didn't play well on Saturday, and I don't think Arizona State had the same length as Arizona. I'm actually 100% confident they have the same length as Arizona.
They got nothing going on for them.
He struggled against Arizona's length. I think against a smaller front line, I think he might be able to go out there and cook. And we both know Bill Self does a lot of things well. giving the ball to people with paint touches might be the top of the list of things he does well. It's going to be feed Flory early and often. So he would be my bet if I was going to pick one of those guys.
It's a busy night for you, back to back. You got the Missouri-Kansas double dip. Missouri is 6, Kansas at 8 o'clock. A little double dip up late night for you.
K-State might be on TV too tonight.
You're watching K-State basketball at this point in your life?
I'll be like the fans, put a bag over my head.
Yeah, you're at home is crazy. watching Kansas State basketball. You know the only time I watch K-State in Kansas City. I'll watch them in Kansas City next week for free. Just so I can see the court.
I'm spending American currency to watch them on Saturday.
It's
built into my season ticket package.
That's a little different.
It's built in.
Man, Saturday, it's going to be a lot of barking when Melvin starts. Is Melvin going to talk, you think?
That's a great question.
I think Melvin's coming back.
I think Melvin's going to talk because Hunter Dickinson talked after the first year.
Okay. And then he came back.
So,
okay.
Because he got the COVID, he talked after year 1.
All right.
So
well,
yes.
I hope he does get a chance to talk. You think Darren's going to speak to the media?
I don't know. Darren's playing the second half.
Good point.
Hopefully it's because of the score, but it could be because of vibes.
Well, yeah, this is Darren. This has been probably the last time Darren Peterson ever steps foot in Allen Fieldhouse. I hope it's a memorable experience for him. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison and Rob Brenton.
You losers is what you are.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it's Carrington Harrison from The Drive here. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you have poor sleep? What about low energy? How about brain fog, a reduced sex drive, weight gain, and workouts that just don't deliver like they used to? Well, the problem could be low testosterone. And the truth is, those testosterone levels can start declining as early as your 30s, 2 or 3% every single year. And before you know it, you just don't feel like the same man you did back in the day. Well, you don't have to accept this as just aging. Heartland Men's Health specializes in customized testosterone therapy and targeted body composition plans. You might think you have low T. Well, pick up the phone and call this number, 844-447-6600, or check out the website and take this simple 10-question quiz. Visit heartlandmenshealth.com. Your initial visit is just $100, includes a medical consultation, a PSA test, and lab results in about 30 minutes, and your treatment can start that day. 3 locations, Overland Park, Independence, North Kansas City. There's no need to wait. Go stop by and see my friends over at Heartland Men's Health.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
This hour is brought to you by State Water Heater and Reeves Weideman, online at rwco.com. Need a water heater? State Water Heaters has the solution. The Adapt Gas Tankless Water Heater with X3 scale prevention delivers efficient, on-demand hot water with no annual maintenance and may qualify for money-saving utility rebates. Ask your plumber for State at Reeves Weideman. Visit rwco.com or statewaterheaters.com.
College basketball is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every night. And now, FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger wins with the College Basketball Parlay Profit Boost. Here's how it works. Build any college hoops parlay you like. Maybe the early game, a rivalry game like this weekend, a ranked matchup, or you're up late on the West Coast. You mix spreads, total, props. Whatever fits your read of the slate, then apply your Profit Boost and instantly bump up your payout. So go safe, go spicy, go with the team you've been following all season, or go with your gut. It's parlay in your style, now with more upside behind it. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Opt-in required. Minimum 2-leg parlay required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable boost builder tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus bonus.
Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Truck month.
It's here, Toby. It's actually truck month and a half. We've got all the way until the end of March to take advantage of these amazing incentives that Ford Motor Company pumps out during truck month, Toby.
And Lewisburg Ford.
We always have our $50 over invoice with amazing prices.
What's the deal?
Right now, you can get a 2025 F-150 for up to $16,000 off when you factor in our 50 over minus all the incentives. Or Ford gives you an option to take a $1,000 rebate along with 0% financing for 66 months, no down payment, and no payment for 90 days on the 2025s.
What about the 2026?
We've got a great selection of those too, Toby, and you can get a $4,000 rebate on the 2026, which means when you add that to our $50 over invoice pricing, you got $11,000 off on a 26, or you can take 0% for 36 months.
Okay, what else?
Toby, we're the #1 F-150 dealer, not just in Kansas City, but the entire Kansas City metropolitan area.
All right, what's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Or LewisburgFord.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
We've got a crash near Liberty. It is 35 northbound before 152 Highway. It is the right lane blocked. Downtown, that's a crash. 70 eastbound at 9 Highway. Right lane blocked. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison on 96.5 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
Rob, we are 100 days away from the World Cup kicking off. For someone like myself who does not really keep up with soccer, but does plan on keeping up with the World Cup, it's here in the United States. There's games here at Kansas City. Something tells me I'll end up going to one of the World Cup games. I don't need to go to all of them. One's fine with me. What do I need to know that we're 100 days out? What do I need to be preparing for 100 days out?
Are you asking to prepare as a
viewer, just as someone who wants to watch and follow the tournament and have a sense of I know what's going on?
You're not worried about like what does downtown look like as a resident?
I don't think you can answer that question for me.
I don't really think I can either. That's what I was curious. I'm like, it's going to be crowded. There is a heavy star power presence in this upcoming tournament because they've expanded the field. So a lot of the players that a casual has heard of will be available, and they're easy to keep track of. You'll see Kylian Mbappe.
He's on France.
He's from France. Very fun to watch. The one you texted me in Parks about a while back, Erling Haaland. He is in the World Cup.
I remember I was watching, so I was at brunch. I'll never forget this. I was at brunch, and I believe Saturday the English Premier League comes on. Maybe it was a Sunday. I don't remember. And there was this guy on, I don't know what team he's on. He was incredible. And I text Parks, and I'm like, hey, do you guys know who this is? They laughed at me. It's like, I don't know. I've never seen this man before. But he looks like every time he gets the ball, he scores a goal. He looks like he's the best soccer player in the world. What country does he play for?
Norway.
I'm cheering for them. What group are they in?
I don't really know where Norway's group is offhand.
Well, I want them to win. Hold on, let me look it up. Norway group in the World Cup.
They're not really a soccer power. So
they got him. They're a power. They have TBD. They don't know who they're playing yet?
Yeah, they haven't finished the qualifying yet.
Oh, my goodness. I can't get into this. They can win this grouping. They got Senegal in their group. Oh, they're winning this stage.
They also have
got France. Oh, okay. They're cooked. I don't know much, but I know they losing to France.
They're in trouble against France. It's like, my point is...
When can I start to bet on this?
Oh, you can immediately. futures.
I'm not going to bet on any games. I'm just going to bet on who I think is going to win each group. That's all I know. I don't know anything else.
So you have to wait for the qualification to finish, but you can.
But then
100%.
when you were telling me about betting on soccer,
the games are tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're telling me like it could be a tie, but I lost. It's too much. I got to stick to the rivers and lakes I'm used to.
Bet some futures. Golden Boot. That's always a fun one to bet.
That's like the MVP, right?
Most goals scored. Yes.
So the MVP.
I mean, you can be the MVP without scoring the most goals.
Okay.
But yes.
What's the MVP award then? Is there like you were the best player in the World Cup?
I forget the name of it, but there's that.
And I assume Messi won that the last time they had it?
He did,
okay, well, he's great. Who's the favorite heading into this one? Like if right now, if I gave you a free $100 future and I said, I want you to bet on who you think is going to win the World Cup.
It's a great question who the betting favorite is. I would bet on France. Not France. I would bet on Spain.
Okay.
I don't know their group. I don't know their odds. Spain is very, very good. They're the betting favorite. So there you go.
Who's the betting favorite?
Spain at plus 400. England at plus
Who's
550.
on Spain that I would know? Is that Ronaldo? Is he on that team?
No, but do you remember that random day where...
What team is Ronaldo? He's on Portugal. That's what team he's on.
Do you remember when Tom Brady...
Spain adjacent.
Remember when Tom Brady was like, the United States to be good at soccer needs to find their own version of Yamin Yamal? And we watch random highlights in the office. That kid's on Spain.
Oh, yeah. We were one day. I remember this.
You were like, yo, how old is this
I don't know
kid?
if anyone will else find the story amusing or not. But Rob heard Tom Brady say this, like, let me show you what he means. And he's typed it in, and he was showing me this, and I'm like, how have I never heard of this kid? He's like, oh, he's like 17. He's like the next soccer prodigy. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I was like, why do we not have a him in the United States? We need one. All right, I'm looking it up. Where's the World Cup at? Oh, my goodness. There's too many leagues. How can anybody follow this? EPL, MLS, La Liga, Series A, Bundesliga, Champions League, Euro. I can't follow all of this. How do they expect me to follow all of this?
Don't bet today. Bet.
Okay, but I'm just saying is as a fan of sport, is this like I got to follow the Big 12, Big East. I got to follow all these leagues. They're all over the world, different times. Too much. It's too much.
Yeah, if you're betting domestic leagues, you're correct. What you're saying is tough. But if you're betting the World Cup, you will be fine.
What's the United States to win this whole thing? Plus 4,000. That's just a donation.
But aren't they minus money to win their group?
Hold on. I don't know. I don't see the groups on here.
I don't think their group is eligible because they have TBD still in there.
Oh, they got groups on here. What group is the United States in?
Either B or C, I forget, because they're a host country. I believe they're in B.
They're not in either one, B or C.
They had to be in one of those because it's one,
I'm sitting there looking at it. They're not in either one. They are Group D is
D,
one they're
okay.
in. They are plus 125 to win their group.
So,
now, the winner of UEFA Path C, they're plus 250. So if you want to place a small wager on them,
that'll probably be Turkey, by the way. UEFA Path C will be Turkey.
I like Paraguay at plus 310. I just feel like a good value for me.
This is going to be a great summer. I'm psyched to watch you play. You know what? You should just bet. How do you say Tunisia? You've said it wrong every time on the air.
How do I say it?
I don't know. The country that's playing against Netherlands and Kansas City.
I don't ever say Tunisia.
No, you don't.
What have I called them? I've called them like Tunisia? What have I called them?
You have called them Tunisia.
That's not the one. That's not the one. No, come on now. That's not accurate, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sitting here looking. Hold on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the World Cup. I know it might not sound like it, but I am looking forward to it. I'll go to one game. I don't know which one I'll go to, but I know I'll be at one. That's just the ticket fairy something always seems to happen that I get a chance to go to one of these things. I'll be at one. I don't care which one I go to.
Ecuador Curacao has your attendance written all over.
No, I got to go to a cool one. I don't want to go to the one you're telling me is the whack game. I don't want to go to that one. The first one's Argentina's playing. I do know that. I want to go to the Netherlands. That seems like a fun game to be at. Can I root for them? We got any beef with them?
We got no beef. I mean, they beat us in the last World Cup, but no real beef.
I don't know if we have beef with anybody. I'm never sure if there's beef to be had. I don't know. All right, I learned so much about soccer today. I really did. I learned a lot about soccer over the last 6 minutes of the show. AJ DeBansta says that he might not leave college. He said his mom really wants him to graduate, so he said he might come back.
That's really nice.
Why do these guys do this every year? The potential number one pick always does. Man, I really like it here. Stop it. Please go to the NBA. You have to go to the NBA. It's the drive.